Yeah, and so welcome to part 4 of this beginner series. We're going to return to some right hand work without the plectrum, just finger work. If you remember, the fingers were P, I, M and A, the thumb, index, middle and ring finger, the right hand. Up until now we've actually covered all of the natural notes in the first position. So I just want to draw your attention now to actually playing these with the right hand fingers. Now a standard technique for doing this is simply to use the first two fingers, the index and the middle, and to simply alternate them in a walking type motion where you're going I, M, I, M, I, M for every second note. If you slip up on the alteration, don't worry too much, but it does work. Actually it's quite fluid when you get into it. So I'm not going to play all of the notes. Instead today we're going to just play from C to C. Now the C, the lower sounding C we had on the 5th string, the other one was on the 2nd string. So let's just play from one to the other. So we've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, back down, F, E, D, C. Now that's in the right hand, that's also called a free stroke because we're just pushing through the string, we're not coming to rest on the string behind it. You may also like to try what's called the rest stroke, where you push through the string gets out of the way, so to say, and you come to rest on the string behind, so it's more like a much stronger sounding. It's also good, it's also a central technique in certain styles of music. Oops, I shouldn't talk and play. But yeah, if you're doing contrapuntal music, if you're doing many things in the right hand at once, probably the free stroke is also going to be important to you. So the whole focus when you're beginning guitar is to actually get comfortable with producing a good tone, with familiarizing yourself with the right and left hand techniques. Where are the notes? Where are the strings? Where are the things that you want to hear? It's familiarizing yourself with this and just kind of enjoying it and getting on with it. The finer details you can come back to later. Now I want to give you two new chords today. First being the chord of F, F major. We're going to start with the 3rd finger and the 3rd fret on the 4th string, the 2nd finger and the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. Now the 1st finger is going to do something unusual that we haven't done yet, and that is it's going to cover 2 strings, both in the 1st fret. That's known as a bar technique or a barré technique. Sometimes it can be more, it can be all 6 strings sometimes, but we're just going to do 2. So you're actually hearing both of those notes, C and F, on the 2nd and 1st strings. Let's not forget, these we should leave all of them down. So we've got F, A, C and F. 5th string open is okay, it's not a wrong note, it's a correct note, it's A, but yeah, sometimes we may not use it. The top string open would be a wrong note, so we're definitely going to avoid that. Our root note is the lowest sounding F note, which in this case for the moment is going to be the 4th string F. You can expect to play that with the thumb now that we're doing this right hand finger style. The other chord I want to show you is G7th. 7th, now that's another type of chord that we haven't come across. It's simply a variation on the major chord. It adds another note, being the 7th from a particular scale that we don't have to worry about just right now. So you can expect that it looks a little bit like G major. That's G major, this is G7th. The only difference is the 1st string, on the 1st string we're going to play the 1st fret with the 1st finger, instead of what we had before, which was the little finger on the 3rd fret. So briefly then, we've got the 3rd finger on the top string, 3rd fret, 2nd finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret. The next 3 strings are open, D, G and B, and we've got an F natural here on the 1st string, 1st fret, 1st finger. The root note hasn't changed, it's still this G on the top string. Let's right away return to our C and A minor, and we're going to right away try this right hand technique and bring it on a little bit. So if you remember in the very first lesson we talked about playing simply P-I-M-A. Now that has a rhythmic structure of its own. It tends to suggest that the bass note is the strongest note, or the first note of the pattern, so that might be a 1, 2, 3, 4, or more commonly 1 and 2 and 2 beats to the bar. Now of course we're going to use those root notes now. We're going to put the thumb on the root notes, simple as that. So we're going to play C major with the C root note on the 5th string. A minor also had the 5th string root. F has the 4th string root. G7 has the 6th string root. You can also just memorize those by the string, but if you know the names of the notes, then it's just so much easier because it's got the same name as the chord. It's a C note for C chord and so on. Let's put it together.